Hello, welcome back once again. This is Ace of Diamonds Magic, and I am super excited that you're here for the second edition, the second episode of Playing Card Collectors Only. That's right, this video is just for the playing card collectors out there, whether you're new to playing card collecting or you've been a long time playing card collector. I want to make these videos fun for all of us so we can see what playing cards are coming out, whether it be on Kickstarter or with some of our favorite playing card developers, makers, and designers. So with that said, let's get started. So today we're going to be kicking it off with some Kickstarter projects, and I want to start off with the Secrets of the Keymaster playing cards secretly marked deck. So let's take a look at this here. So first of all, Secrets of the Keymaster, I think that's an amazing name, and we have this really unique tuck box, a lot of foil. We have this key going on. As it said in the title, I'm going to assume that these cards are marked, which are going to be great for any magicians looking for a new marked deck. You have custom court cards and faces along with the indices there as well. There's a couple of unique features of the card box, and overall this deck of cards looks pretty unique and really fun. This deck of cards has a couple of days left to go, and it is already completely funded, so it is good to go, and it's looking great. So that's Secret of the Keymaster playing cards. All right, up next we have from Revival Design Company, Apollo playing cards, Clover back. So these are going to look very similar to bicycle cards, but they have a really unique Clover back design. They look like they're very, very unique, very, very old, something that you potentially could have seen a long time ago. Looks like we've got two different colors here. And from what I can see, it looks like they took some inspiration from a deck of cards that was available a long time ago. Up next, we have the Palmistry playing cards. Now, this has only a couple of hours to go here, so by the time you take a look at it, it's possible that this project will be completed. So we have these extremely unique tuck boxes featuring a hand holding a rose or a flower. It looks like it comes in two different colors. We have an off-white and a black version. Looking at these cards, I am drawn to this off-white because you can really see the hands on the back design pop out. And you have these extremely unique court cards, pips and indices, classic yet modern, and they tie in that theme really, really well. Finally, I wanted to point this deck of cards out because I missed it last video, and it is the new ETC playing cards from Miscellaneous Goods Company. And let me tell you, this is a great deck of cards. You can see how it was inspired by vintage colors and designs, completely custom and unique. And we've seen Miscellaneous Goods Company do other packs of cards that have also been extremely unique and great decks of cards. Really wonderful court cards, great aces, custom box. Now they're going for this color design here with this deck of cards, which makes it unique. It does make it a one-way back design. They also have a lot of extra add-ons. You know, as I mentioned before, I'm a big fan of the playing cards, but I also like to see the add-ons that they're making, and they've got t-shirts, hats, pins. They have uncut sheets as well as leather goods, wallets, and deck holders. They're all there for you that you can add on to your backing that you do on this project. And like I said, that's it for Kickstarter, just those couple. We haven't seen a lot of new playing cards hit Kickstarter this week. We'll probably see those start to hit next month as we go into the holiday season. So this past week, we saw the Roasters V2 Pumpkin Spice playing cards by Organic Playing Card Company. These are a second variant of their coffee cards that they released either last year or the year before, and there was a lot of excitement around these coming out. One of the coolest things that I think Organic Playing Cards does is they really think through the court cards. They add in those special unique details, and they also think through the packaging. These cards come in a coffee sack. It is just like this here, and it is so fun and unique, and I'm excited to get the V2 Pumpkin Spice Edition. So those came out last Friday. There's going to be a link below where you can get your very own Roasters V2 Pumpkin Spice cards. And then we also have our announced cards. So we're going to circle back to two that we talked about last week. The first one is Theory 11, Lord of the Rings playing cards. We've gotten more information and more details along with some more pictures of what these cards are going to look like along with a release date. So these cards are going to be released this month, October the 28th. So check out Theory 11's website. You can sign up for those notifications when those cards are released, so that way you can get them for yourself. We also have some new cards from Fulton. So last week we talked about the Fultons October deck of cards. Now we're going to be talking about the Fultons cards that are inspired by the New York subway. They're a really unique deck of cards with amazing colors, and you can see how they were done, inspired by the subway right there in New York. I'll show you a couple of pictures here so you can take a look at them. Those are going to be released on October 27th. It said on the Instagram post that they're going to be pretty limited, so I'm not sure how many are going to be available to purchase, but if that's something that you like, definitely go for it. And then the last thing that I want to touch on as far as cards that we've already talked about, last week we talked about Dan and Dave coming out with a new deck of cards that resembled the antler cards that they've come out in the past. There's a lot more information that has come out about this deck of cards. They have a outdoors bear theme to them, along with some of those typical symbols that we've seen on their antler cards in the past. These cards also have a release date of October 28th. So we're going to be seeing a lot of playing cards on October 28th ready to go for you to purchase and add to your collection. And lastly, I want to touch on CardCon. So CardCon was this convention that happened in California with Bicycle. It was to celebrate the history of Bicycle, and it brought a lot of big names that everybody's familiar with. It brought Chris Ramsey, ECAT, we saw Chris Orbit, and we saw David Blaine, along with many others, Richard Turner, for example. And while the event happened, they showcased new cards that were going to be coming out. We saw the David Blaine Bicycle Gatorbacks with holographic and Metalux. We saw the Tally-Ho Orbit decks that are going to be released, King's Wild Tally-Ho, and the brand new Peacock deck that's going to be using some of the latest and greatest things that Bicycle has to offer on their cards. We don't have a release date when these are going to be out to the public yet, but we know that at some point everybody will be able to go online and purchase these decks. Something to look forward to. Along with that, we have the holiday season coming up, so we know that Theory 11 typically always does some really great deals around this time of year. And one of my favorite things that I look forward to every year is the Art of Play mystery decks. So with that, I really appreciate you watching, and thank you so much for enjoying these videos. If there's cards that I've missed out on talking about, please let me know down below because I want to bring them up. I want this to be a celebration of all things playing cards. And with that, We'll see you on the next one.